Greetings, mongrels. It is your boy, the Gigamesh G, and we're about to get in. Sorry, I had to. What is good, my anime faithful? What is good, yo? Guys, Lord Gigamesh is here, and he is ready to tear through these enemies while you enjoy the commentary. But with everything that's been popping off as of recently in this show, there's some interesting build-up happening. The one thing that I will say about Fate right now is it always had this weird, like this weird vibe about it when it comes down to just doing what it wants to do. I feel like there's not too many shows that can be like, oh yeah, man, they just kind of come out when they want. They announce stuff early, you know. Mind you, I knew about season 2 before I knew the exact day I was about to see this anime actually come back after its break. So that's the type of stuff I'm talking about. Like they always have some way, shape, or form to keep people in the loop, and I think it's much more popular in Japan and just a lot easier sources to have that information. And for the West, we're still trying to get it relatively as quickly as possible. So bear in there with us if there's people out there freaking out, acting like the show's never going to come back and you guys have the information. If you ever can translate or something like that for the channel or for me, and I can, tell people for the people, I would be very, very grateful. That would be awesome to see. But yeah, this week's episode has us really looking for Gigamesh and actually going on a reconnaissance for him, looking to see just what the heck could have possibly popped off with this man. And if something did happen, like in the case of him getting in a fight, or supposedly, like we were told, working himself to death, because of just not only did we see, inklings of it when he was talking to his servant, we kind of just have a little understanding of what could be possible. Hold on a second. Okay, that message was brought to you by Gigamesh. I apologize. I was just trying to clear my nose, my mouth, all that good stuff, so I at least sound much better than I just did. Ugh. Anyway, with what I was going with on the show, I honestly think that there's so much popping off that I might not be the one to tell you every single detail, but what I can tell you is anything that involves Gigamesh kind of being rendered useless or rendered unable to do anything is a huge, huge, just eclipsing thing. Not only are you stopping one of the most powerful heroic summons out there, or heroic spirits, you're then making him unable to do anything. Like the most he can do pretty much is just buy time. Like sure his soul wasn't fully captured, which of course it wouldn't at the Gigamesh, but because he's just like, the underworld is my backyard. Like this really is nothing. What are you talking about? I come to the underworld every Tuesday. He's just so cocky and arrogant, and it's hilarious to me. Not only is he cocky and arrogant, once he's here and he's been here and needing to be rescued, by the way, he gets to see one of the people who has been like attacking and threatening his kingdom, or his rule of the kingdom at least, for quite a bit, and she was getting annoying. So to see her completely in this like position of just, I can't do anything and I'm useless, he had to, absolutely pick on her and toy with her. So that's just the Lord Gigamesh I have grown to really know and understand, to be fair, because he will never miss an opportunity to entertain himself when it comes down to anything that he finds slightly amusing. So, seeing her in that form was amusing, so she had to suffer. um, but yeah, the one thing that we can definitely look forward to the most in the Underworld is definitely just understanding the other side, maybe, of this girl. Like, it sounds like one of them was the light while the other was the dark, and the one that we see at nighttime is pretty much that person we're about to experience right now. So um, it's pretty clear that she might not be happy with our main character after he chose the wrong after he chose the wrong girl that was the prettiest, you know? Like, I'm pretty hear me out. Hear me out, okay? I'm sorry, but I understand they have ridiculous powers and they might be able to take care of themselves and yada yada yada. But if I'm in a place where you're telling me all of them have been rendered powerless, I mean, sure, at this point they didn't know Gigamesh, even himself couldn't even lift a, he can't do much of anything in there as well. But they had a good idea of what, all the information they had going into this place in the first place. So these are the types of things that make me, like, question what the heck is going to happen at the end of the day, because with all of this being as it is, I want to see, just how much they gotta do to bring her to not continue what she's doing. But then I thought about it and I was like, wait a minute. I've seen this multiple upon multiple times where we get this information about a character that we need on our side. Mind you, they pretty much were like, oh, it's gonna match is like, this is gonna turn into a battle and we're gonna have to deal it out, like fight it out and all this and that. But what she didn't understand is, sure, a lot of these things have turned into battles, but most of them were handled relatively passively, right? Like, not most of these battles end all be all with the battle, which is the crazy part. So it's hard to believe anything like that's going to transpire. I don't know what our main character's got going for him in the case of how he's just perfectly pulling off some of these ladies the way he is, but he's got to do it somehow, some way, right? I wouldn't be surprised even if he pulls it off on a guy at this point, like he just seems, I guess, so charismatic towards the spirits, and to have zero powers at all and still want to grind in the case of helping and getting strong enough to help people and heroes alike. It's pretty cool, and I'm guessing that's what they see in him, at least something along those lines. But regardless, I want to know what you guys are feeling about this week's episode. Gigamesh being out of commission, I thought it would be nice to at least see him doing something in here, seeing how he can't do much of anything in the show right now. So at least you guys can remember what he could do. The crazy thing is, this is not even the Gigamesh I know. I've never seen a mage version of Gigamesh. I thought he was always just like some not conjurer. I thought he came off as like a something completely outside of Lancer, Saber, Rider, and all that stuff. I thought he came out as like Lord or something, like he made his own. I don't know. I gotta rewatch it all. But regardless, I think he was like a Rider or something along the or like a Saber. But to be fair, I really want to know how much of this show is going to continue to just like blow my mind when it comes down to how much I love the character interactions with each other. Like, the characters just talking to each other has been one of the more highlighted points for me to watch compared to a lot of stuff I've already kind of seen throughout this. So I'm pretty happy with that. Wasn't expecting every character that kind of like got on the screen to be pretty fun to watch, but to see our girl being shrunk down so much because of the curse she's being hit by, and she's over there riding on the back of the little puppy that we have, or like the little pet. I don't know. It's little stuff like that that I appreciate just at the time being, and it's a pretty serious moment going on, and they still have a little bit of time to, throw in some types of jokes here and there. So I hope everybody is having an amazing day, night, evening, whatever the case may be. I am your boy, the Anime G, and I definitely will be dropping something a little bit later today, so I'm glad I got My Hero out of the way as soon as I did, so I can now have a lot of other time to focus and get out this other stuff to you guys. So with all that being said, I will talk to you very soon, and yeah, hope you're having an amazing one, and I will definitely be reading all comments for all my videos. So if you guys ever want to say something in the case of what you believe is happening, what could happen, I'll always be reading. So thank you so much, and peace. Say goodbye, mongrel. Ooh, counterattack. Hold these swords. Teleport on them. Get close, and death. She took that. Wow. But you're dead now. What? Gotcha.